everyone. I'm Susan Huckle, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Mayor Karen Bass delivered her State of the City speech. In her annual address, Bass heralded the momentum on rebuilding in the Palisades, defined a program for change in the upcoming fiscal year, and called on all Angelenos to play their part in improving the city.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Today, we're at Los Angeles City Hall to hear our Mayor, Karen Bass, talk about her 2026 budget, public safety efforts, the rebuilding of Pacific Palisades, and initiatives to take Los Angeles into the future.
Today, we mark a moment in our city's journey. We take stock of where we are, how far we've come, and we assess the challenges in front of us together. Everybody, please stand and join me in welcoming the 43rd mayor of our city, our Mayor, Karen Ruth Bass.
I'm here with fellow Angelenos to really hear her vision for the future of Los Angeles.
And it essentially helps to provide a very overarching view about what she feels is the state of our city.
The recovery in the Palisades is on track to be the fastest in California history. We have issued permits to rebuild twice as fast as after the Camp and Woolsey fires. We restored water nearly a year and a half faster than after the Camp fire. And we restored power in just 2 months. We know the faster we can rebuild, the faster we can heal. For those who have lost a home, each and every day is a day too long, right? Because home is at the heart of healing. And that has been the North Star of our recovery efforts, to get people home. Angelenos, we are turning the corner on crime in Los Angeles, and we will not go back. Last year, homicides fell by 14%. The number of shooting victims fell 19%, and we've intensified safety efforts on Metro. We have cracked down on organized retail theft, and we are acting boldly around MacArthur Park. The homelessness crisis is a humanitarian crisis, and it affects everyone. Those without a home and those who worry about what they see outside of their home. Inside Safe represents a major change. Instead of waiting on expensive new housing to be built, we tapped LA's supply of underused motels to bring people inside immediately. Inside Safe has cleared thousands of tents outside of schools, storefronts, and homes citywide. And after years of increasing homelessness, we are finally reversing that trend, and homelessness is down, and that includes a 10% reduction in street homelessness and a 38% reduction in makeshift structures and tents. Now, all of this comes as nationwide homelessness went up by 18%, but not in Los Angeles. Thank you for the honor of being your mayor. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has surpassed ambitious goals to clear wildfire debris in the Palisades. Now 100 days on from the fires, Mayor Karen Bass, city leaders, and the city librarian thanked the Army from the site where the Palisades Branch Library once stood.
We're here at the Palisades Branch Library site, which unfortunately was destroyed in the Palisades fire. But at 100 days since the fire, we're thanking the Army Corps of Engineers for the incredible work they've done throughout this community, but especially here at the Palisades site where they've done and completed debris cleanup. There was a 30-day window to complete it. They did it in 6 days.
In this first 100 days of this recovery effort, we've been able to clear about 4,400 properties. Out of that 4,400, about 2,300 are fully complete. And one of those is the library. So the next steps for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are to not slow down at all. We are focused on safely completing this mission. We have the highest number of crews out in the communities clearing debris that we've ever had since the start of this operation, and we're going to keep up that sense of urgency to get through all of the clearance so really the community can then focus on rebuilding.
This has been a journey with a lot of devastation and loss and grief. But every single time I am in the Pacific Palisades, I see the forward progress. Things are happening here at an incredible pace. I just got back from Lahaina last night. And while each community's journey is different and has its own unique challenges, seeing other places rebuilding and recovering gives us a peek around the corner for what's next for us too. And I come away feeling hopeful about the future.
I think it's absolutely wonderful that everyone's showing up to try to rebuild, and it just is a reminder of how important the public library is to people and what the public library means to people. It's a true community center.
It feels great to know that the library is going to be rebuilt and that they're going to bring everything that we had before back to the place. And I'm hoping that they also look towards bringing some of the memories that we had from the past that will help us also remember and never forget that what we went through. There's an inertia right now that is insatiable for the community to come together, rebuild our public spaces, our private spaces, and reignite what was the Palisades.
At the mobile home park in the Palisades, city, county, and state representatives marked 100 days since the devastating wildfires. Leaders pledged to rebuild the homes and bring back this resilient community.
I want to commend Senator Allen on the selection of the site. I think it's symbolic in many ways. And as I look at the burn scars from the mobile home park, I also notice the wildflowers poking up. We've got yellow and orange and purple wildflowers coming back. And I would tell you that that is the resiliency of this community, of this neighborhood, of this city, of our county, and of our state.
100 days, in some ways it feels like it's been so much longer, but it's such an emotional roller coaster. I feel very proud of what we have been able to do, but also the trauma that everyone is still going through, especially people who lost their homes.
We're marking the 100th day since the terrible wildfires that decimated this community and the beautiful community of Altadena. I wanted to bring folks here to the Palisades Bowl. It was a beautiful mobile home community of folks of modest means, one of the few pieces of affordable housing here on the coast in our area, and mark this anniversary.
As a resident, to be able to hear from our elected officials giving some insight in what is it going to look like to rebuild LA. But I'm one of those people. And so to realize that there are people that are really standing up for us, it means a lot.
It's rebuilding homes, it's reopening schools, and it's restoring a community. That isn't going to happen overnight. But I know that with our shared sense of urgency, effective coordination, and leadership at every level of government, we are going to make it happen.
The Connect LA Job Fair is a bridge between job seekers and new careers. The Harbor Occupational Center, which hosted the fair, demonstrated to Councilmember Tim McCosker that bringing employers together creates more connections and career-building pathways.
We are at Harbor Occupational Center in San Pedro in the Harbor area, and we are at a career and resource fair with over 40 providers here today, and we're expecting over a couple hundred attendees, folks looking for opportunities to advance their career, maybe new careers, and folks looking for resources towards great career advancement.
I think they're essential because it gives an idea what the local industry is requiring or the basic skills that they need in order to find gainful employment. The fact that they have it here, Occupational Center, as another dimension to it, that also explore opportunities for retraining in other industry sectors.
We have security, we have construction, we have medical, we have home care. We have a variety of jobs here, and there shouldn't be no reason someone can't find a career opportunity. We're not just here to assist them in getting jobs, we're here to assist them in getting careers.
These events are important for job seekers in the community because it puts you face to face with the hiring manager, with an employer, with a company that you might be able to start your career path in. I walked into one of these 10 years ago, and that's what got me on the career path that I'm in today.
This is our way of bringing the employers to the community. Instead of them having to go to the employers, we bring the employers to them.
Information is power. Go to booth to booth to booth, talk to folks. You may become surprised when you talk to somebody about a career that you never thought of.
Los Angeles International and Van Nuys airports have earned continued certification for reducing carbon emissions from the Airports Council International Europe. The Council recognized Los Angeles World Airports, LAWA, in its continued commitment to sustainability and gave both airports a Level 4 Transformation accreditation. The Airport Carbon Accreditation Program assesses carbon management practices by airports and recognizes them for their efforts to quantify and reduce carbon emissions from airport operations. A Level 4 recognizes an airport for demonstrating emissions reduction progress. According to LAWA, LAX now joins only 3 other commercial airports in the U.S. with a Level 4 accreditation. For more information, go to lawa.org/news-releases. A new Career Pathways project will see the LA Zoo partner with Outward Bound Adventures to restore 6 acres of coast live oak woodland located on the zoo's property. The 5-year Woodland Restoration and Career Pathways project will recruit field technicians and youth to be part of the Outward Bound Adventures workforce. The habitat restoration will involve invasive plant removal, native plant propagation, continued scientific data analysis, and will have a public education component. According to LA Zoo, this unique project highlights how collective action can impact environmental change, create connections to nature, and enrich our communities. For more info, visit lazoo.org/press. The Los Angeles Fire Department, LAFD, has announced that Fire Service Day, a citywide open firehouse celebration, will take place this year on Saturday, May 10th. According to the LAFD, this year's theme, Stronger Together, a tribute to unity, underscores collective strength and highlights the community's resilience through collaboration. On Fire Service Day, visitors to city firehouses will meet the LAFD team, see tools and training, and get help to establish a personal plan for disaster preparedness. At 4 focal sites, the department will offer special displays and demonstrations and introduce 4 honorary fire chiefs. With some exceptions and extensions, all LAFD neighborhood fire stations are open for Fire Service Day 2025 on Saturday, May 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, visit lafd.org/news.
Creating safe spaces for children to thrive in is what the Healthy Room Project is all about. Under this initiative, officers from the 77th Street Division and local volunteers came together to transform a space for a family who had been living in an RV.
Today we're at a home in South Los Angeles where the Los Angeles Police Department has partnered up with the Healthy Room Projects to create a new home for these children in a surprise when they return home from school. My interactions with this family started months ago when my partner received a phone call for service about a family residing inside a dilapidated RV outside of one of our local parks. The RV had broken windows and tears and holes in its side. With winter looming, we knew it wasn't a safe spot for the children to live. A couple door knocks and a business card later, the family received their permanent housing. We were invited in to see how the kids were doing and discovered that they were sleeping on the floor with some blankets. And we thought that assisting them with getting out of the RV and getting into some housing wasn't enough. And that's when we reached out to our partners at the Healthy Room Project.
In partnership with LAPD, with the 77th Division in Southeast and CSP, we've all come together to essentially change the narrative between law enforcement and the communities that they serve. We do this through a one-day effort where, through nominations from LAPD, we will come in, renovate the entire bedroom, we paint, we build beds, bedding, dressers, all sorts of wonderful essentials that these kids don't have.
So as far as the before for the home, the girls were sleeping on the floor. I mean, they had some bedding, but not sufficient for them to feel comfortable. So right now we're putting together 2 bunk beds and a single bed for 2 of the little girls and then the niece as well. Our hope is that they love it and that they receive something that they'd never, had before. So they're gonna be thrilled about their new room and happy about the color too, because they've been asking for a pink room for a while now.
Como vivíamos, a esto ha sido un cambio drástico, ver la felicidad a ellas y saber que como madre no estoy haciendo tan mal las cosas, aunque a veces sienta que estoy fallando como madre o quizás no cubro todas las necesidades de ella, pero al ver tanta emoción a ellas y ver tanta diferencia en mi vida, yo nunca en mi vida imaginé tener un apartamento con cosas tan bonitas, nunca lo esperaba. Los oficiales que estuvieron presentes de una u otra forma han estado presentes en mi vida, preocupándose por mí, por mis alimentos, mi seguridad. Saber que en nuestro camino, en nuestras vidas encontramos personas que nos brindan su apoyo sin conocernos, sin saber nada de nosotros. Entonces, eternamente voy a estar agradecida toda mi vida con las personas que hoy en día están haciendo esto posible.
We wanted to full circle, meet back with the children and the mom and remind them that we were the police officers that at first they didn't trust, that first they thought we're there to do enforcement or to take their RV away. We want them to know that we care, and we let them know that by putting our words into action and being here today.
A new location for the turtle ship was also an opportunity to celebrate Korean heritage. The gift from the South Korean city of Busan was recently restored and relocated to a new home at LA's Convention Center, where more visitors can be accommodated.
We're at the Convention Center today to celebrate Korean heritage, an opportunity for us to unveil the turtle ship that was once formerly in City Hall. It's going to be some speakers talking about the important things that we've done here in the city of LA, but it's great to have the mayor here as council member in the city of LA. I'm proud not only to be a council member of the area that I grew up in, but also to be a representative of the Korean American community.
As we celebrate today, I want to highlight the outstanding work of our Tourism and Cultural Affairs Department, what they have done in restoring, conserving, and relocating the turtle ship from City Hall to the Convention Center.
The turtle ship was a gift from the city of Busan, South Korea, to symbolize a partnership of heritage and mutual shared values. It is really exciting to have it here now in its new location at the Convention Center as an opportunity for the city and for all of our visitors here to be able to see and experience what this important artwork means.
The ship was built in 1500s, and this was the first ironclad ship that was developed by my 12th great-grandfather. And eventually, because of their ship, the submarine was built. So it has a very strong history behind that.
Everybody would take a look at this ship and they're gonna say, wow. You know, there was no type of ship at that time. And this was really extraordinary, and I'm glad that it's over here. And it's great, just great.
I think it's exciting, especially through celebrations like this, where you understand history and you understand each other's backgrounds and you understand why you coexist. And I think that's what's important about knowing about each other.
In this week's feature story, Deputy Mayor Randall Winston talks to our Ann Police about the wide scope of his role. Winston deals with the city's public rights of way, public transit, and the supporting services that all fall under the banner of infrastructure.
Joining us today, we welcome Deputy Mayor of Infrastructure for the City of Los Angeles, Randall Winston. We're so glad to have you on with us, Randall.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Very, very glad to be here.
Yeah, glad you could join us. As Deputy Mayor, let's just dig right in.
Yeah.
What departments are you responsible for?
Great question. So, Deputy Mayor of Infrastructure, in this administration, I oversee the Board of Public Works, which includes 5 bureaus: the Bureau of Sanitation, Bureau of Engineering, Bureau of Street Services, Bureau of Contract Administration, and the Bureau of Street Lighting, as well as our Department of Transportation, and then the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, and really supporting the mayor and her 3 appointees to that body.
Wow, that's a lot of departments and bureaus to be over.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So think transportation and everything in the public right of way.
Okay.
And a lot of the services and kind of everyday challenges that Angelinos experience. Everything from trash collection to, you've got a light that's out on your street that needs to be repaired, or trees that need to be trimmed. It's sort of the things that people can touch and feel on a day-to-day basis.
Within all those departments, there is a through line, which is to keep the City of Los Angeles running.
Yes.
On the daily, what are some of the challenges that you meet being over all of the infrastructure of Los Angeles?
Very good question. And when we started this administration, when I came into my role now just over 2 years ago, we knew we were facing some headwinds. A lot of incredible policies on the books of impacting our right-of-way. Vision Zero, Mobility 2035, Complete Streets, measures really from the past 10 years to improve our streets and their safety and quality of life. Challenge, I think, was delivery a lot of those services. Projects not being delivered on time, not being delivered on budget, certainly downtown, but throughout the city. We are, or really have been, one of the only major cities in the nation that doesn't have a long-term capital infrastructure plan. So looking at how we budget for our capital improvements and our work in the public right-of-way beyond just a single-year budget process to multiple years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I think the mayor feels strongly that only through a long-term budgeting process will we be able to get through our backlogs in service. Our backlogs for sidewalk repairs, for tree trimming, for repairing our street lights, again, everything in our public right-of-way.
Let's talk a little bit about the fire recovery effort. Something like this, fire recovery, it takes a village. You're working with state, federal, as well as city groups. How's that going?
It takes a village, it takes a metropolis, right? to extend that metaphor even further. Very, I think, excited, and I know the mayor and all partners are proud of the fact that we are undertaking the fastest recovery in modern California history, ahead of schedule on more or less, I think, every front. We're at today about 1,300 parcels or lots that have been cleared of debris, months ahead of schedule. The Army Corps of Engineers, I know just this week, ramped up from 89 crews to 95 crews, moving at a clip of 40 parcels per day, which is getting them on track to remove debris before the end of the summer. Again, record-breaking time. In tandem with that, we just had earlier this week, the mayor was out in the Palisades to celebrate breaking ground on a couple of properties that have already secured permits and are rebuilding their homes right now. Just yesterday, she was at the rec center, which we know is the cultural heart, you might say, of the Palisades community, standing hand in hand with Steadfast LA and the Lakers to put forth a vision for rebuilding and really reimagining the rec center. And so on really every front, the work is moving swiftly.
Well, Randall, thank you so much for joining us today. So glad to have you on. Do you have a couple websites you'd like to share with folks at home?
I do, and thank you again. So first, the mayor's website, where you can learn more all about the mayor's activities, press releases, what we're up to across the city. That's mayor.lacity.gov. And then second, the recovery. And that is recovery.lacity.gov.
Very good. We have those up for folks to see and access. Again, thanks, Randall, for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
In this week's Things to Do, enjoy the 3rd annual Women's Career and Wellness Expo. Catch a community movie screening at the Campo de Cahuenga Museum. And celebrate famed Chicano photographer Luis C. Garza at the Central Library. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power for its 3rd annual Women's Career and Wellness Expo on Saturday, May 3rd. From helicopters to heavy equipment to pole climbing, visitors will get a hands-on look at the varied day-to-day work of LADWP staff. See dozens of career booths from different divisions and learn all about the jobs and benefits, including health plans, tuition reimbursement, and retirement plans. Enjoy exercise workouts, meal prep demos, and wellness info on site. This family-friendly event is open to all and features kids' activities. Head to the LADWP Truesdale Training Center for the Women's Career and Wellness Expo on Saturday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. For more information, visit ladwp.com/events. Enjoy a free community movie screening at the Campo de Cahuenga Museum on Saturday, May 3rd. Join the Department of Recreation and Parks for the historic film Salt of the Earth, first screened in 1954. Based on the true story, Salt of the Earth shows the everyday life and struggles of workers in a New Mexico zinc mine. The movie was cast with a mix of actors and real people from the era, and the story remains relevant today. Let the museum know you're coming on Eventbrite and enjoy this community screening along with free popcorn and beverages. Salt of the Earth movie is on Saturday, May 3rd at 12:30 p.m. For more information, visit culture.lacity.gov/events. Join the Los Angeles Public Library for an afternoon celebrating the work of Luis C. Garza, the acclaimed Chicano photographer. Enjoy the screening of a short film about Garza and his work. This will be followed by a discussion with Garza before he signs copies of his latest photography book. The library will also host a reception to officially open an exhibition of Garza's photography on view until July this year. Join LA's Public Library at the Central Library for The Other Side of Memory, photographs by Luis C. Garza, on Saturday, May 3rd at 2 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Susan Huckle, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.